Thank you for tuning in and welcome to ciLiving. I'm your host, Jaclyn Friedlander. Every month, Terri Reifsteck from Experience CU comes on ciLiving with a ton of information about events and things to do in Central Illinois. So today, before we hear about everything going on, which we will do at the end of the show, I want you to get to know Terri a little bit. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So Terri, I have learned so much from you, and Experience CU is such a wealth of information. How did you get involved in, and how did you end up where you are?
Yeah, so I came to the community as a University of Illinois student a long time ago. I don't need to age myself.
Oh, wow.
And studied marketing and did a couple marketing jobs. But this position opened up when I had relocated back here from Peoria after living there for a couple years. And I had already had a passion for this community. Wrote the longest cover letter of my life to get into this job. And at the time, we were a much smaller organization. We had 4 people on staff. So it was really about building the brand of our organization and developing relationships, and 13 years later, we are more than double in size, and our scope is much bigger. And so I really think that, being a part of this organization has really helped me develop a sense of community pride and help other people develop that pride. And so, my skills in marketing and just people skills have just really helped shape this community.
Yeah, for sure. And I didn't realize that it started as such a grassroots kind of thing. I want to know what was in that cover letter, though. Is there anything specific that stood out to you? Because I'm always so interested in how people end up in their careers and sort of what their path was. So what did you say in the cover letter to get the job? I
really talked about the things that I loved about this community, the outdoor activities, the restaurants, and the arts and culture. But I think the kicker was when I was looking for new jobs, I had created a postcard that talked about how oranges were a superfruit and comparing myself to an orange and all the skills that I had that made me a super employee. And I mailed that to Jane, our CEO, and she got it in the mail after my interview and was like, okay, well, I think this is who we're hiring.
Who our person is. That's really cool. And I also feel like that nowadays, I feel like back probably whenever you did that, like mail was the thing to do. I remember as an actor in LA, like mailing headshots and postcards and things like that, which people don't do now. And so I feel like sometimes that handwritten thank you note or that mailed card actually really sets you apart.
Yes, and I talk to a lot of students in recreation, sports, and tourism on the University of Illinois campus, and one of the things I always tell them when they're going out to do that job search in this field is to find that thing that is going to set you apart, because you're graduating with people with all of the same degree, in all the same classes that are having similar experiences. Why are you different? How are you going to stand out? And whether it's a different skill or a different way that you're going to make that impression at that interview, you need to find that thing, because it will make a difference in finding that job.
I think it really does in everything as well, because they say that the best marketer always wins, right? Because you and I could be potentially selling the same product or talking about the same event, but if you do it in a creative, more engaging way, people will buy yours over mine. And I think that it is that, what is that point of difference that is going to set you apart and elevate you to that next level? Yeah,
and I think that's what we do in Champaign-Urbana as a whole with Experience Champaign-Urbana, is we really look at a different way of marketing in our community. And for us, it's residents from the ground up, as we've kind of talked about with our new to CU mixers and onboarding new residents. And so once we get our community impassioned about this community, it helps us amplify our voice, and much more than I could ever do as a marketer.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think that also, in addition to sort of getting the new people in, I think the existing businesses that are here, sort of giving them that platform to talk about their business and share what it is that they're doing really, really helps.
Yeah, the people are our story.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Coming up right after the break, we're going to learn what to do if you find a turtle in trouble from the U of I Wildlife Medical Clinic, because they have brought their box turtle ambassador to show you how to safely relocate a turtle if you find one in the wild. Plus, TPC Olympics is here, and they're going to tell you about their summer camp and what they are teaching high schoolers, such as valuable life skills and leadership skills. So stay tuned.